Alrighty, welcome back everybody to the Metal Gear Solid 2 Very Easy PC Tournament presented by MGSR. D-Lime's here again, along with Apache again. Last matchup of the night features the number 10 seed JosephJoestar316 against the number 7 seed BathSaltedPeanuts. This should be a treat. What say you?
Yeah, think I'm most looking forward to this match out of everything on since we sorted out the seeds and knew who was playing.
hmm
We talked about this match. We've gone back and forth about this match in depth multiple times leading up to this. Bath the better PB, Joe rising up to his level very quickly, putting in some incredible strats into his routine.
And off they go. So, a few quick nuggets about the runners here. Their PBs are separated by 6 seconds. Joseph has a 104.33, Bath with a 104.27. Joe is relatively new to the very easy category, but not new to Metal Gear speedrunning. He's been running MGS games for about a year and a half, give or take. Very good at MGS2 and many other games. Has all the tools for this category, can do Harrier, can do Swim Glitch surprisingly well, even though he just learned it in the last week. And he has lacked consistency to a degree, but he tends to race better when he's not in his chat. On his streams, normally he's somewhat a victim of his chat, and he pays attention too much to it. So the fact that he's in a race setting like this, I think he's going to rise to the occasion and perform really, really well.
Yeah, I mean Joe is a streamer who speedruns, right? So like it, things like interacting with chat, being a good host on his streams, etc., is more important to him, and he's really good at it. I think without having to concentrate on these many different elements, he could put together an insane run.
Absolutely.
Bath is someone who I picked out right away as soon as he started running. I said that he will get very good at this game, and Limes didn't believe me until recently that he would get to the level he's got to.
So it looks like we got a right Olga by Bath and a looks like a failed left by Joe. That's unfortunate. So
Yeah, he went for the tricky headshot at the start, right? I don't like it. I hate it.
yeah, I don't care for it myself. And Bath is already done, so he'll take a small lead at the start of Tanker. And this is going to be a 5-shot for Joe.
This will
So a
be
little
one
bit
of
of a...
those 10-second time losses easily.
Oh, it is still not done yet. Oh, there he goes. Okay. Bath going for the Day of Wildstar did not get it. So,
No, I think Joe will get it.
but just to continue on what Apache was talking about, Bath also has the tools. He can do Harrier. He can't do Swim Glitch, which it's not really that big of a deal. My concern for him is he lacks consistency in runs for the most part. How will he perform in a single elimination type of setting? He's done a couple races as of late, but they haven't been really good with doing friendlies with people in the community. So I'll be curious to see if he makes mistakes and how he prevents compounding them.
Yeah, Bath just has such a variance on his runs, right? He's a
Mm-hmm.
104 player, but he can do 106s, 107s,
Yeah.
in his practices and in races. Like, it's really going to come down to how the mistakes will affect him, because they're both bound to make plenty of mistakes during these races. But it's who has the better mentality, and I feel like Joe is someone who's got a great mentality out of everyone who runs this game. Joe has one of
Yeah.
the strongest mentalities for just continuing and closing out runs, and it certainly comes from him being an entertainer first.
Yeah, I mean, both may not have the best backup strategies. Joe is like, oh, something bad happened, whatever. It doesn't phase him one bit. Like he
Yep.
just goes on to the next task and just does it. He doesn't get mad. He doesn't let stuff affect him. Bath can get a little mad at times. Not temper tantrum type stuff. I mean, but Joe has the better mental mind when it comes to making mistakes and trying to recover from them.
Yeah, Bath, he feels it, right? He feels it, and you can tell when you're talking to him that he feels it. Yep, similar to Mac. I think Mac's someone who feels it 100% as well.
hmm
Um, so Bath's keeping a lead, and this is all off the Olga. That Olga is like getting a 5-shot Olga is such a time loss. It
Yeah,
really is.
it's 10 plus seconds depending on if you're missing more shots.
Joe's going
Um,
to do an interesting strategy that he picked off Platonic Guy. Now, you shouldn't pick up strategies off Platonic Guy because it'll get you to do crazy stuff like this. He's going to shoot the guard twice with a SOCOM, and then he's going to switch and trank him. And what that's going to do is make the guard, the third guard in the room, go to sleep sooner. And that'll prevent him from getting an alert when staying in the middle. What you can also do to not get the alert is exactly what Bath did, which is hug the right side and then trank the guard.
Bath on his guard rush now. Didn't get the far
Knock the
guard to
guard.
start with. And having
Getting that
trouble now? Okay, got it.
Yeah, getting that guard at the back is really the key to the whole room. You want to shoot the first guard and then get the guard behind the box at the end. I don't know if you saw earlier, but Raichu did a really interesting strat where he tranked the first guard and the guard behind the box and so calmed all the rest. It was a really cool thing I'd never seen before.
And a good guard rush
Much
by
nicer for
Joseph.
Joe.
Yep. Yep. He got the guard in the back, got the 3 shots to end it, and gained some time there. So, um, still close to start the race with for sure. Bath with the ladder glitch, which he learned recently, so he didn't always do that. And the quick shot trank. Very nice. That
He
was
got
dodgy though.
he
He
got it where you have the alert, but but he still goes to sleep.
well, no,
It's
he held him up. He held him up.
uh
Joe
that's monk
opting for the
ass.
yeah, Joe opting for the safe one, going around and not even dealing with that other guard. He's just gonna roll over the panel.
I don't
Bath,
blame you, Joe. I did the same thing.
Bath with the domino strat. That is interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah,
We'll see if Joe does the same thing.
he took the safe setup where you straighten out. Joe's going to do the same.
Yep. So 2
Joe's Joe's
dominoes.
Joe's roll was so late.
Yep. Two,
Heart
two
attacks
spot
all
by
around,
Bath.
boys.
And
Yeah,
Bath
I
is
think
number tanker.
Joe does a 3 spot as well, but it's kind of sorry, 2 spot, but it's kind of slow the way he does it. He's very careful to make sure he gets all the photos. You can
That,
definitely be hitting that faster, I think.
that last picture's a little dodgy. You can go too wide with that picture.
I don't know if it made the sound or not, so I'm not sure.
I'm not listening to the audio, so I don't know.
Hold your breath, everyone.
Okay, you got it. All right, so they're both out of tanker, still relatively close.
Relatively clean tankers from both. Joe
Yeah,
had a little
yeah,
mishap, I guess, with the Olga,
and
but
Bath
you
had the
know,
and the bad guard rush by Bath. So they both have. I said this early on or in the week that this would be the battle of mistakes, and they're not making big mistakes early on, but they're definitely making some mistakes, and they're trading one mistake for another. So this is even right now.
yeah, I think they've got pretty similar bosses across the board, but I feel that Joe is more consistent with his 5+1 than Bath is. I think that's
I've
fair
seen
to
it
say.
way more out of him than in Bath. That's for sure.
And that's just like the Harrier fight in general. Joe's done more Harriers than Bath in general. Maybe not in V, but
Yep.
in general. And I mean, that fight must feel like a holiday to him compared to the European Extreme that he normally plays on.
Yeah, for sure. Same with the Ray fight. Like
Yeah.
he does not like the Rays at all, and they are, dare I say, very easy on this difficulty.
Yeah. They're
So
more like
back
a
to
set of inputs on this difficulty than an actual fight, right? You're never actually in danger or anything.
yeah. You can go
I
too
wonder if
fast,
Joe.
but
I wonder if Joe will run back and get the M9. I think he will. Yep.
nah,
Call it. Ah, he was going for it.
no, I don't.
He was headed that way.
I'm not sure if he knows about that. Not many
Oh, he
do.
definitely knows. Yeah, he definitely knows about it.
Okay, all right. I think he wanted to. I think he wanted to the guard. So
Yeah, it looked like it.
yeah. So we had to do it for Joe.
Still, not a lot separating them.
Nope. Anybody's ball game, that's for sure. A bit of a wide
I was about to say
cartwheel to
it takes
prone.
takes the craziest wide angle there.
I wonder if they're both going to be on menu trick.
Yeah, I would. I don't.
I would.
I'd guess so. They're both so.
Bath
They're
for
like new
sure.
school as.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay, yeah. Oh, Joe, don't do that.
That was like, if you're gonna do it, it needs to look like that.
Yeah, I don't approve of that. That loses time more often than gain time. You're better off just getting to the codec and answering it first frame.
I agree, but if you're gonna do it, it's got to look like that. That was really clean
Yeah.
cartwheel from Joe.
The Bath
Swagging a
gonna
bit.
Yeah. So Bath unequipped before entering Pliskin, so he'll have the menu trick where he can quick equip the M9 coming out of Stillman. See if Joe does the same thing. We
I
got really
think
quick
uh,
guard. What was? Ugh.
I think Joe he will learn anything in a heartbeat, but you have to like DM it in capital letters. You can't just like post the information online somewhere. But if you like message it him in bulk text, written all in capitals, he'll learn something instantly.
So Joe's not going to have the menu trick because he did not unequip after or before meeting Pliskin. So he'll have to do an additional menu once
Hmm.
he gets out of Stillman. Unfortunately, he was set up for it. All he had to do was tap R2, but didn't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bath's got it set up right.
Yeah, Bath has it set up as long as he doesn't touch R2. As long as you don't touch R2 on the way to Stillman, the menu trick will be on. It's just because the game thinks that M9 is on your previous as well as your current weapon selected. And that stems from your tanker.
Yeah, it's cool. The trick saves half a second. That was a monk-ass cartwheel, but it worked.
Bath starting his Stillman, or is Stillman. His bomb disposal, yeah, we're going to defuse Stillman.
You can see Stillman is alive. You can see him pulsing.
Now you spray this on the sucker and there you go. Close race.
Yeah, so Mac, you unequip it on the AB bridge before you go into
Oh,
strut
what is
B.
going on with the menus? Jeez. I didn't think you. Wow, that was a
Oh, it
bad,
unequips
bad
his
bridge.
coolant.
Yeah, mid cutscene. Yep, it's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
the fortune cutscene can actually also unequip your coolant in the same way.
Yep. I mean, any cutscene can do that, for that matter. We do it wrong. So both crouching to get the fast bomb for Strut D. Smart. Trank the guard and get the heck out of there.
It's building up a lead Bath, but it just for these two, it just really doesn't mean a thing.
It doesn't matter. It's still super, super close right now. It
I
doesn't
consider
matter.
this neck and neck. I really do.
Yes. Especially with, even during bomb disposal, there's some tricky bombs coming up. Strutty, Heliport, falling in the little cubby in Strut
Yeah,
F.
strut F, yeah. Strut A, coolant
Strut A,
rises.
you got all those coolant rises and pipes to deal with. Like this is nothing right now. This is 50-50.
See
Alright,
how he
so
handles the jet.
cartwheel to prone, good
Clean.
distance, good
Very
rise,
clean.
good room. I think he's gonna be a part of the one cartwheel club going down the stairs.
I know he is. He spent too much
Yep,
time
for
talking to
sure.
me.
Yep, absolutely. Joe with a clean bomb as well, and I think he's a part of the one cartwheel club as well.
100% one cartwheel member.
Yep. All right, so about a room apart, so not too bad. Maybe like 15 seconds.
Oh, Bath. Does he damage cancel the mines?
I wonder if he'll go for it because he's been really hyping that up. No, he thought about it though. He
He's
kind of like turned
shook.
into it.
Yeah, he so
Oh,
did.
I
He's so
I
shook.
wonder I wonder if he's watching and was like, nah, I got to lead. Joe went around the pillar that way, which you don't need to do. So somebody
Yeah, I don't think I've
should
ever seen
DM him
that.
that.
Who's there?
All right, so
Oh, I
good
thought
shred F bomb.
There's somebody
the way he
there.
moved, I thought he was going for the PSG one then.
Yeah,
He'd have been
he
so.
does a cartwheel really weird in that area. He really should just stop doing the cartwheel, in my opinion.
There's nothing worse than going for the PSG one before you have the key
Ooh.
to open the door.
Okay, Bath got shot, but that's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's getting kicked.
Nope.
He made a real meal of that. Made it a lot harder than it needs to be. That's for sure.
Yeah. See if Joe can get out of this, and he does. So clean FAs for both competitors.
This is where It's going to make a real difference, I feel.
Bath tends to struggle in this room a little bit, more so than Joe. Oh, okay. Second
Too
try.
far. Yep. He should
Second
be fine
try.
now.
Yep. So if Joe can get this first try, he'll get a little bit back.
Again, this
And
is
he
just a
will.
room that Joe's done more, right? Like he's
Yep.
more experienced with this in
So there
particular.
you go. The couple seconds right there. It is neck and neck. Probably one too many cartwheels by Joe, I would say. He tends to
Yeah.
cartwheel more than he should.
He is an acrobat, yeah, for sure. Does a lot of cartwheeling. Bath has been a little more conservative, especially recently. He's been doing less.
Yep.
Which is good. That's going to lead him to a lower time for sure.
I mean, cartwheels only save 5/100ths of a second. That's 0.05. 5. Yeah, infinite 5, but it's 0.05. It's not much. Like, you can still put up a sick time and do no cartwheels, but you can choose to do safe cartwheels, and that's generally going to just put you in a better position than mess up a bunch.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly good to get a feel for them and learn how to do them properly, but don't just be spamming the X button as often as you can. It's an easy trap to fall into.
And literally don't spam the X button because you'll go prone too. So,
Yeah.
Joe opting for the chaff grenades there. That's interesting.
I understand it. I see the safety.
Yeah.
It's not a play I would make. I would always go for the ones in the shell one instead, and just have a chance at the ones on the A roof. He's planning for failure.
Joe's battling some dead zones a little bit, I see, with his controller. I've been seeing that out of him recently in these runs. Hopefully it doesn't bite him in a awkward area. So Bath coming up to his 362 IL, as we call it. You'd like to get a 361. Anything less than a 361 is not good. And with 361, we mean time when you enter the elevator.
It wasn't a bad start, but he had a little bit of dodgy movement into the strut B door, but it was looking okay.
So shout out to Platonic Guy. He has the world record in this category. Lol.
Time left %.
Yep.
Nice cartwheel from Joe. I love that cartwheel into the load zone. I like things like that.
It does save time. I don't care for it personally. I hate that it saves time, but hey, it is what it is. This will be a 360 from Bath. Should have cartwheeled into that
Cartwheel at the end,
elevator. Yeah, that probably cost him the 361. 361 by Joe, though, so gained a half a second.
We could see a position change on Fortune here. There's enough variance.
I wonder if Joe will... Well,
I wonder if any of them will dunk.
no, I was going to say, I think both will go for the fast fortune.
My prediction, at least one swimmer. We're going to get one swimmer.
Too far away?
Yep, one swimmer.
Close.
Oh, if he stands up, he's going in. He must be going in here.
I don't know. Nope.
Swimmer.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
That's like a frame away.
So no swimming here. We have not seen that today. 6 for 6. Or no, 8, 10 for... I don't know how many people have competed. 10 people.
You just don't want to see your favorite runner get dunked live on stream. Ooh, the punches are a little bit wonky there.
Yeah, I think he moved a little bit.
Yeah, that could mess it up.
Yeah, this could be a pretty significant change right now.
If this messes up his fortune, he would lose about 20 seconds.
No, he's fine.
No, it's fine, he's fine. She shot the lights. But it
And
can
he's
be
gonna
the
go for the fast
slightest.
strat.
It can be the slightest position change on fortune, and you just won't get it. Like, she won't destroy the lights afterwards. Can make a huge difference.
Joe going for the fast strat, but he just went in a different direction. That's interesting.
He might know something we don't.
Yeah, and Joe's going to gain just a touch of time on this. He had just a little bit better execution and a little bit better RNG with fortune.
Yep, sometimes that's what it comes down to. These races, you know, they can come down to a bit of RNG. So a trick that you might not have noticed is you can hold first person while you're in the M9, and when the codec comes in, it will take you out of first person, which allows you to get the codec or react to the codec easier and get it sooner. It's a little trick I've learned in MGS1, all games where it carries through to this as well.
Yeah, this is neck and neck. This is even right now. Ooh, hit the mine for Bath.
Unfortunate, Joe doesn't need them. He literally doesn't need them. He's already
Chaffless.
got them.
Let's.
He's picked them
Oh
up
yeah,
on the
he picked him up in BC. Okay, so that saved him time. That gave him the lead.
safety paying dividends.
Yep,
Weird
for sure.
menu there. Very weird menu there.
I think he's gonna M9 the guard and strut F. And he went to his coolant there. I just
Stop
safety
menuing,
stuff, I
Joe.
guess. Just safety stuff. Like this is synced up.
Oh my god. Interesting cartwheel. I hate it.
Oh man.
So it allowed Bath to get back neck and neck with him by doing those menus.
So Joe has to pick up the mine. Bath doesn't. Oh, I thought Bath hit it. Never mind. I'm thinking of something
No, he
else.
did. He was braving it,
He
and
was
then he was
going to.
like,
He was
"No."
going to. That's right. Yeah, that's my bad.
He faked us all out.
Yeah, this is literally in sync right now.
Yeah, I also love it when it syncs up. It looks amazing.
My goodness. But Fat Man can have variants. 10, 15 seconds we've seen. So
Yep, so much.
they're both going to do the SOCOM strat. I mean, if somebody does M9, I will do a backflip. But
That's the thing though, Joe's been hanging around with Platonic Guy, and when you hang around Platonic Guy, you can end up doing all kinds of things.
ooh, Bath
Fast
got the
bomb?
fast bomb. Let's go.
Joe's
That's
menu is going to be dodgy here. Oh, you
yep,
can switch. His kind of menu is coolant back. Yeah.
yep. So that's gonna cost a little bit of time.
Joe and his menus. He is renowned for having weird menus.
Still Joe with the slightest lead, and Joe got a better RNG pattern
Yep.
with Fat Man.
Oh,
So
wow.
it didn't matter. Joe with the slight lead. Slow bomb with Bath. So yeah, that's gonna be almost a 10-second lead.
Very clean
The
hit in
ebbs
there
and
from Joe.
flows, the back and forth. This is the race that we thought would produce something like this. So
Yeah.
I think you're gonna see the lead change quite a bit.
I like the bit after Fat Man. It just gives you a second to breathe.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of little breaks in this game. I mean, there's some auto scrollers, sure, but there's a lot of little breaks where you can just catch your breath, think about the next area, stuff like that. It's a great speed game, especially very easy if you want to get into this game.
Yeah, and while we've got a second, if you do want to get into this run, D-Limes, you made a full guide for this run that's on YouTube, right?
I
To
did.
learn every aspect. There's like maybe the odd thing, half a second time save that's not included, but it's pretty much complete and would get someone well on the way to learning this run if you fancied it. We're always down for more people learning this run, right?
Yeah,
Joe,
Joe.
Joe so
Oh
had
my
analog there.
goodness.
So there's
Oh,
where they went across the bridge there. There's actually claymores, which you can easily go into as you turn for the bridge. And if you use the D-pad, it's completely free. But Joe was using analog there, and he was very close to blowing himself up.
I don't get why you would ever use analog when there is a strat that's 100% consistent. Like it does not fail 100%. I don't know. Analog is way overrated in my opinion.
I was just thinking back to when Tino just had to kill the guard. Hey, a little different strat there. Bath with the gun.
Oh no, he crouched. You can't do that. Okay, that's safe. Oh, you can't interact with that guard. You can cartwheel in front of the guard, but you can't try to interact with him. Otherwise, he'll try to kick you like that. And Joe has a bad habit of doing that. So that's gonna put him still pretty close.
I mean, I consider anything like this neck and neck. Like, who knows what can happen? Will Joe kick the guard? I wonder.
Nah.
He looked like he
Nope.
was going to. He was on the right line to do it.
Yeah, they both played it safe. I don't think Joe's one to be comfortable with that yet. So we'll likely get a little bit of separation here with Ames coming up.
Surely we can't see another God Ames, right? I'm gonna go worst possible aims for both. That's my guess. Feel free to guess in the chat as well where you think their aims will be.
I'm gonna guess one southeast and one middle of the room. And Joe taking off the BDU. Good. Same with Bath. So they both know their time saves.
You are cleared to enter.
Worst possible for both. I'm going northwest for both.
Reporting no problems in the hall.
Okay, Joe with one of the worst possible and middle of the
Joe,
room.
but he ran up for him.
He took a risk.
He took a
That's-
risk, and that means he was like second table aims.
Yeah, they basically had the same aims because Joe did that risky move. That pays dividends.
Ginormous brain play from Joe.
I like the line too.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, he plays better when he's not in chat. He does stuff that just surprises you, and he just plays better. But still, this is a coin flip. I mean, it's going to be Harrier right now. They're both capable of getting 5+1, the fastest Harrier. Well, basically the fastest Harrier. There is a slightly faster Harrier, but we're not going to get into that right now. That's good cartwheel by Bath. Skip half of the stairs. It's not the fancy cartwheel that Bestwick did earlier.
My head fell off when he did that.
That's the platonic special, basically. So both cartwheeling into the PSG1, which I haven't timed it yet, but I think it's slower.
It looks slower.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're both doing it, I'm sure it's fine. Joe ahead by a hair.
Yeah, just frames at this point.
So, Harriers, I'm going to guess 5+1 for Joe.
I think they both miss it. But we'll see. We'll see.
Brain says Joe will get a 5+1. Heart says Bath will get a 5+1.
Yeah, I think Bath gets a 5.
Bath has seemed pretty solid this race. Certainly compared to how I've seen some of his practices go.
Yeah, it hasn't been as mistake-filled as I thought it would be. So it's been a pretty clean race. It's been a little bit of back and forth, but it's nothing dramatic yet.
This is a very rough room. Joe does the sensors in such a weird way, Imo.
Okay. It was dodgy.
It was suspect.
Joe with some really clean sensors, and
Very
Joe went
clean.
to the left, and Bath went to the right to start with, so that was a little bit of variance there. Okay, Joe. 1,
You watch Joe, I'll watch Bath.
3, 4, 5. High damage.
And 5 for Bath as well, high damage.
5+1 for Joe.
No 5+1 for Bath.
Nope.
No +1 for Bath.
If I said Bath would get a 5, and that's going to separate him a little bit. That's going to save... Ooh, Bath with die shots missing.
That's so
Alright.
rough.
This is going to be about a 20-second gap, maybe a little more, depending on these shots.
I'll let you go out in style.
Has he got a turn? He does, doesn't he? He needs that high damage shot. The high damage shot can bail him out if any of these shots go wrong.
Okay, high damage to end it.
Yeah.
So it's about a 20-second time loss. Joe got the leap of faith. He's on the perimeter right now. He has avoided the right shoe.
I mean, we were pretty sure Joe would get a 5+1, right? Like, Joe's perfectly
Oh,
capable
that
of
was
throwing a
that was like the
5+1.
last
Oh my
possible
God.
frame. Oh my goodness. He's lucky. Bath is lucky.
Yep. He's used up his 9 lives on this run now.
Not even cartwheeling there for Bath. He's just taking it safe. Joe throws the chaff. Will he get the D-Lime special? No, he plays it safe. He actually stopped and kind of went to the wall. That's good.
He didn't look like he was playing it safe. He looked like he was charging in at it then, but stopped and thought about it. Like, do I really need to get on this wall on the earliest frame, on the fastest frame
You know,
possible?
I should think about doing that, honestly. So
Clean for Bath and no
yeah, pretty good. Got really close to the wall.
you know, when the panel falls out and you get the cutscene, he didn't get that either.
Nope. And no issues for Joe on the perimeter, and he's into the core. Bath still, I mean, it's still anybody's game, but
Neck, as far as these two runners are concerned, said no. It's a nice lead for Joe. It is a nice lead for Joe.
But this is the question mark. He's been going for swim glitch a lot.
Oh, will he swim glitch?
I
think
if
he
he's
will, you know.
if he's watching, he should not.
I think he will. I think he will anyway. That's my guess. I think he will anyway.
I think he will, but I hope he doesn't.
And I mean, what I know we spoke about this previously before the match, but what was my prediction for this race? I said to Limes that Joe would lose this race because he will fail swim glitch.
Yeah.
And
We'll
certainly
see.
not that I want him to, but it's something that
Yeah,
can easily happen.
I'm worried about that now. So this lead is nothing right now if he goes for that. But if he gets it, that could be very significant.
Bath can catch him if he
No,
does.
well, I don't know. Just have to wait and see.
No, I don't know. I don't. He shouldn't, but I think he will. That's just my prediction. He shouldn't.
All right, great pickup for Bath for the Nikita. That is a very tough hitbox to hit.
It has been today, right? We've seen some mistakes on that. Joe,
It's not an easy bit.
Additional cartwheels.
And Joe successfully does the panel. Doesn't kill the president.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's possible to kill the president on very easy.
I think I've seen it once or twice. I think I've seen it in a world record attempt too. I think world record was lost to it too.
I've certainly never done it.
Oh. I think I know a guy. Clean Nikita for Bath as well.
Yeah, that was a bit nicer than Joe's. Joe hesitated at the end, which will cost him half a second or so. Rather than letting the missile fly, he was afraid it was going to hit the wall. So I think I'm sensing a little bit of nerves from Joe.
It's safety stuff, but that little readjustment at the end, he's been very consistent with that. He's never been too confident on if the Nikita is going to hit the wall or the panel. So he likes to play that safe. That's just him.
I mean, they were so close in position in the room, but Bass got these horrifically long codecs to go yet.
Yep. So here we go. Will he do it? Will he do it? That is the question. He learned it this week.
Don't do it, Joe. It's a trap.
He's lost a minute on it before. He's gotten one cycle before in runs. He's going to do it.
He's doing it. He's 100% doing it.
Pedal to the floor. Good start.
Good start. That's 1 cycle.
2 cycle. Okay, this is still fine.
As long as
This
he
is
gets it
good.
here.
This
He's
is
got to
good.
get it here.
Here we go. This is good. As long as he gets to the door without any issues, because he's had trouble with that.
Complete madman.
Unreal by Joseph
Complete
Joestar.
madman. Playing with the
Wow.
radar on. We said to him, we got to play with that radar on, Joe.
A little bit of a slower but
Rain
safe
vamp.
vamp, consistent. That is significant for Joe. Wow.
Joe's not playing games, is he?
Nope.
He's not playing games.
He is full throttle. Let's go. And
You'd
now
love to see it.
it's gonna be hard for Bath at this point.
I think running VE has turned Joe into a bit of a monster on the sly. He's
Mhm.
becoming more of a confident player all the time, and he'll carry that through to him into his regular game. I think we'll be seeing plenty of big boss runs out of him in the future. I'll have to see. I'm a big fan of Joe.
All right, Bath with his vamp. Clean as well.
Yep. Had to be,
So
right?
yeah, it has to be. There has to be something monumental at this point for Joe to cough this up. It's still close-ish, but it's a large enough gap where you can feel a little bit comfortable. But just don't get the alert coming out of Shell 2 and let go of M on accident. That's about the only thing that can happen, or soft lock.
Awkward cartwheel into the wall. That'll cost you.
So Bath with the awareness to put his AK on previous for future rooms. Joe did not do that, so he'll have to equip his AK later.
Yeah, it's a little bit faster to do that because you don't get to roll again later because you're hand-holding Emma. So that's the best place to do it.
Little minor optimizations that have made this category the way it is.
It really did just extend the lead. Even the 3-cycle swim glitch is nice and fast.
Yeah, 3 cycle will save you if you factor in this, which there's 8 seconds here. It'll save you about a net of 9 or 10 seconds on a 3 cycle. It was an okay 3 cycle.
Yeah, it was good. It was certainly serviceable. Race-worthy.
Yep. A little bit of trouble with the swimming there.
I knew he was gonna go for it, but like also I still couldn't believe he went for it.
Yeah, I mean, I expected it, but I thought he might be watching and be like, I got the lead. I'm gonna start to play it safe a little bit, but nope. Pedal to the floor. But Bath will gain 8 seconds back because he doesn't have to open this door, so keep that in mind.
For the rest of the run, I've seen them both have problems in Jejunum. Joe has one of the cleanest Solidus's I've ever seen. It's so good.
Yeah, endgame can still be a big factor. Jejunum, the variants of Tengu 2, trouble at Tengu 1. The margin is still small enough where you can't just coast.
Plenty. Yeah, plenty for a comeback here.
Okay, neither of them got bugs. That's good.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a bugs in the tournament.
Nope.
It's that line on the floor, right? It's too good.
Just before it. Just before it. Joe just sneaking around this guard. I think we're going to see yet another Emma bump. I think everybody's done it today, except for Glenn. So successful Emma bump.
Joe tends to spend a bit long on the fire, right? He tends to really put it out.
Yeah, it's when you see the smoke, like kind of change a little bit. That's when you can unequip.
Fast movement here. That was so close.
It was all right. Yeah, so Joe definitely waits a little bit longer than what he should for the fire.
That
He
wa-
can
that,
save.
that wasn't too bad. I've certainly seen him do
No,
weirder
it's
stuff there.
yeah. And you can let go of Emma a lot sooner too. Ooh, he's got the AK on.
That was a weird AK equip.
Well, I do it there, but I make sure I unequip before I enter the room. It doesn't really matter.
I do it after the coolant.
Bath is
Joe's gonna go for the awesome BMN handhold here, where he grabs her through the wall.
it's a little bit of an interesting
So
fire by
clean.
Bath.
That's so clean.
All right, so Joe beginning his sniping section. Very important for Emma not to fall, otherwise you'll lose 7 seconds. And Bath just coming up to the hatch right now, and he'll start his sniping section. So still relatively close, despite the swim glitch, despite the Harrier.
Keeping it competitive, yeah.
Anything can
Still too
happen
close
still.
to say. Way too
Yep.
close to say.
Endgame can be atrocious, so anything can happen.
Every single room is just certain death for your run. But I can't see too many mistakes happening on here. Joe sometimes forgets to snipe after the codec. I've seen him do that a few times.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine this time. Yeah, he got the guards right away. He's on point. He is. I think he's locked in at this point. I think he's got the pedal to the floor, and he's just go.
You were correcting him, rising to the occasion, and certainly not having to respond to every chat message has definitely helped him.
Yep, responding to chat, doing all the channel point requests, stuff like that. That can, when you're doing all that multitasking, that can definitely take away the focus of a high level speed run.
For sure.
So he has historically been better in events like this. He's done a couple now, and he's generally performed pretty well.
Drawing a smiley face for us on the wall with bullets. How kind.
I mean, the 4.5-minute virtual auto scroller that can lose you time if you're not paying attention, but I mean, gotta do something while we're here. Take a breath, relax. Oh, and Bath is choosing to be a meanie and kill all the
Hunting
birds.
seagulls.
I don't approve. Don't approve. If you kill, there's 16 birds. Fun stat. If you kill 10 of them, you'll get a special codec call of Colonel and Rose just criticizing you for killing birds.
They don't respawn either. Once they're gone, they're gone. You can clear the area.
I mean, maybe you can save like micro frames by getting rid of them off the screen so you don't have to render them or anything. So it could be a valid strat. Joe killing his second set of guards at the second pillar. 2 more ciphers left for him. And then on to the Vamp 2 fight. Yeah, the killing of the birds thing could be valid on Soul, but I think the lag that you would endure by trying to snipe the birds probably wouldn't make it worth it.
So I just timed it out, and Joe is currently 34 seconds ahead.
I was just trying to time that. Thank you for doing that for me.
43 killed the second guard on the second strut. Sorry, the first guard on the second strut. Yeah.
34 is nothing. I mean, you
It's
can lose
nothing.
20. You can lose 20 in Jujunum. You can lose 10 at Tengu 2.
You can lose
20
if you
at
fall on an
Solidus.
alert.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So this is still close. And I've seen mistakes by each of them in game plenty of times. So still up in the air. Just a couple more minutes of this. We get to enjoy Joe's birds. Bath eliminated all his, unfortunately. So no birdies for him.
This isn't Duck Hunt.
What? What's Joe doing?
Joe, stop menuing.
Oh, he's demiking.
Oh,
Don't do
please
this.
don't. Come on,
Not in a
Joe.
close race. Like,
This is as Joe gets. This is the sort of thing when we were saying that, like, he wouldn't, the benefit he would get from not doing his stream stuff, and then he pulls out the T-Mac.
well, rip about 5 seconds of that. I mean, that's... If this comes back to bite him...
This
Man.
is about as Joe as it gets.
And he's zooming in, so a little bit safe on Vamp, but clean.
Very.
But that'll push the lead under 30 seconds. So still up in the air.
I'll tell you when Bath kills him.
When did Joe kill?
45-28.
Okay. Ooh, a seam crouch by Joe. Ooh, boy. And not the best out of Bath either. So the lead's still about 34 seconds. But Joe had a seam crouch, so Bath could gain a couple seconds. Oh, Joe almost ran out of ammo. Oh my goodness. He went to shoot way too early and was on his last bullets when he got that cipher.
That would have cost him everything.
That would have cost him the race, in all likelihood. It's lucky. He always takes his bullet count down to close to 0, and it drives me nuts. Meanwhile, Bath has plenty. So
Yeah, he
this
picked
shouldn't
up
be a
2
problem.
packs on Vamp after Vamp, so
Yeah, it really
at
doesn't
least a
cost
couple
you
of
much.
frames.
Yeah, it's not much. But both of them entering endgame now. Still close. Still close.
Joe hit the elevator at 46.46, and Bath hit it at 47.07.
It's 21 seconds.
Seam crouch and, a little bad movement here, a little D-Mac there. Can cost you.
21 seconds.
While, hasn't it? Jack the Ripper. You know this fellow? You remember me, don't you? You've grown.
I wonder if either competitor will go the safe way in Jejunum, or if they'll both take the risky path. I think Bath might go safe, and Joe would go risky.
They've got to both go for it, really. Joe has proved that he isn't going to go for anything safe at any time. Like, it's a good mentality to have.
Olga, you can't keep this up. They're bound to find
Yeah, I mean, he's
Listen, I'll free you in a little
pedal to the
while.
metal so far,
Brace
but
yourself.
Really could do with cleaning up these cartwheels. Yeah, Joe will go risky, surely.
hey, frame
He
one
doesn't
answer on
need
the
to.
stairs.
He really doesn't need to.
Nope, he's gonna go risky. Oh, and he does a PPK. He does a safety strat. Okay, that's interesting. And he made the gap, so that's safe. That's a semi-safe strat. See what Bath follows up with.
Is there somebody there?
Bath with the safe, just like I called it. He is not one to do the risky strat. So with the PPK, it's roughly the same. Maybe Joe with a slight advantage in Jujunum, but both pretty safe. I think Bath knows that he still has a chance, so he wants to keep it as clean as possible.
Yeah, I can respect it.
There's still too many variances coming up to blow your chances in a room like that just for 2 seconds.
I know Joe does Tengu 1 with AK, and Bath recently switched to doing it with the SOCOM.
Yeah, if there's a couple misses from Joe, which he's prone to do, then that could change things. But he is more consistent with the AK than most.
Another little breather, give him plenty of time to think about what he's going to do next.
Both swiping their blades to start the 45-second timer. Just be north of where you spawn, and the cutscene will progress. If you don't swipe the blade, you'll be there forever. All right, Tengu 1 from Joe. He tried to opt for no cartwheels, which he's done, and he's
Yeah,
avoided
I know
getting
that.
shot before, so a little bit of dodgy movement there. Switch to SOCOM, and first try. Okay, good for Joe.
Respect. Yeah, so it's about 37 seconds different at the moment to what I last timed it out as.
And Joe starting his Tengu 2. A little bit of a rough start, but it's recovered. Bath with his Tengu 1. Just opting to shoot guards right away. He's going to go left side. Let's see if he gets this first try. This is his only hope. All right, first try. So still not over yet.
With the AK as well.
Yep.
I hate it.
Joe with an okay Tengu 2 so far. Snake is really close to him, so he's got to be careful. I think Bath is in a slightly better spot to hit Tengus. His timing's a little bit off.
Yep.
And that's Tengu 2 for Joe. 52-15. Yeah, Bath's starting to miss some guards.
I don't think it's ever a good idea to look down at the guards unless it's the last ones.
Yeah, there's a neat little function if you use the auto splitter that'll tell you how many guards are left. So if you do use the auto splitter, it's definitely a good idea to pay attention to that. And then gauge window. Oh, that's a slow death too. That's unfortunate. Snake's right there. So the lead is now 42 seconds. It's pretty sizable with just
He
2
pulled away
bosses
from it at the end,
remaining.
yeah.
Yeah, it's going to take something drastic for Joe to cough this one up at this point.
Solid Snake's brother. S3 stands for Solid Snake Simulation.
Harrier and Swim Glitch, essentially, was the difference.
Solid Snake, the perfect warrior.
Doing it while he was ahead as well was very, very ballsy.
Yep. Very, very risky, but
I like Race Joe, he's aggressive.
and I think if he advances, he knows what's waiting in the wings in Platonic Guy. Like, you have to. 1 ray, 2 ray, maybe too late. Okay, that's fine.
That did look monk S.
All right, good raise, good raise. A little late on the second shot, but he made it out all right.
No save boss. Hilarious Bath.
Yeah, we applaud your maturity. Good job. Oh, signature bath, salted peanuts right there.
Yep. I think he was making fun of me.
I'm pretty sure the music that Joe plays on his stream during torture is playing in his head right now.
I bet he pressed it. So when Joe does his stream,
Raise bath.
Are you awake
yeah,
yet,
very
Jack?
clean. When Joe does his stream, when he does torture, he has like a ominous sound that plays throughout, and he always presses it on the torture. And I bet he pressed it then when he was doing it, just
Yep.
playing it himself. Now, Solidus, I think Joe's got one of the best Solidus boss fights out of everyone who plays this game. I think he's so good at it. But what he does is very risky. He'll do the parry when Solidus dashes at you. If he's feeling spicy, and he's been playing pretty spicy, I think he'll go for it. He'll show that off. Saw Bestwick doing it before as well.
It's not him I want the
So it's
answers
high level
from.
stuff.
I want to say I think this is an outside chance at a PB
Yeah, I would have thought so.
because it was 56-21 for Bestwick and Bath, I think, and I think he's going to beat them both. I think this could be a 103 IGT.
I mean, that would be a statement.
That would be a big statement, for sure.
I really hope it is.
So very clean pace, or very clean phase one. Oh, that's unfortunate. But it didn't frazzle him. It's fine.
He's gonna go for
Oh,
the
that
stab
was
sword.
unbelievable.
I knew it.
56-11. Time for Joe.
Wow, Joe.
What an ending. What an ending. That's the fastest run of the day, and I think that's a 103 and a new PB for Joe. Like, that is a statement for when he
Every
faces
credit,
Platonic
man.
Guy.
Bath played well. Bath played well, but that was a Joe we haven't seen before. And to do the parry at the end against Solidus, like, what a man.
And Bath just finishing up his Solidus right now. Not too far behind. It's time for Bath. So, good race. Good race.
Do you remember this place?
It was excellent. It really was excellent.
Yeah, this was definitely a good race, and
I remember
congrats to
now.
Joe on the probable PB. I don't know that for sure, but definitely a good race by both of
That's
them.
it.
Very, very quality.
Well, I've loved every minute of commentating these games for you. It's something we do quite often anyway, but it's great to see it on the channel, and it's great to see a very easy tournament with so many competitors and people really putting out their all.
What?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is Bath PB either. I think it might be just slightly over, but
Are you thinking about the baby?
Joe, if you're listening, I hope you're recording. So
If he's not, we'll sit here for the IGT.
I mean, this is the last run. So I mean, if he's not, then we could sit here. I don't have a problem with that. But definitely a lot of good stuff from day one. And day two should definitely be a dandy tomorrow. We'll have one more first round matchup with Underwater Smoking and Tyler 2022. That's a 4-13 matchup. And then the quarters will begin. I'll be kicking off the quarterfinals against Glenn. That'll be the 1-9 matchup. So be sure to tune in tomorrow, noon Eastern, and for some more quality action. But yeah, I mean, if Joe wants to come in and say something, he can.
I want him to. I want him to.
I stare at the stars
Okay, so we're gonna hold for IGT just in case of PBs. And since this is the last run of the day, we'll go to the IGT just to see. And maybe we'll get an interview from one or both.
Joe thinks it's a possible 103.
I think it is. I think it is. I think it's a high. I think it's. I'm gonna say a 103.57. That's my guess. But yeah, Patchy, what'd you think of day one?
Insane, right? Insane.
Mhm.
Everyone's playing a really high level. It's great to see old faces, new faces running the game. A great mixture of strats, and like no one's run looks the same, right? Everyone takes pieces from here and there, and welcome.
Congratulations. No, you were fine. You were fine. I was just waiting for Apache to finish. But yeah, congratulations on your win. Are you recording?
I am.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a PB because this is the fastest run of the day, and Bestwick produced a 103 earlier.
Yeah, it was. Well, I mean, on my final hit on Saldas, since I have my splits open with this, is 54.35, and I was minus 32.
Oh,
So
maybe an 01. I think it's an 104.01 then.
Yeah, probably something
So,
close.
That's still a very, very good time. That's hats off to you, dude. You played a great round.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I knew I was behind for my Olga. It was a really shitty left hit that wasn't really a left hit. So I knew he was ahead of me because of that, and I played hold one safe because I wasn't comfortable with the Trank yet.
Yep.
And then I guess the wake-up call for me during the race was the Shell 1 core elevator. It just told me not to screw around anymore.
Yeah.
Because of that. Because I mean, for the life of me, I've never been kicked by that guy like that ever. So add another one to the never happened before.
Yeah, it's best not to interact with him at all. You can cartwheel in front of him, sure, but don't crouch, don't punch, don't just don't do any additional inputs, and you'll never get that.
Oh yeah, I'm never doing that again.
Yep. So.
But yeah, so I mean, the moment for me when I made the call for the swim glitch was I saw his Harrier, I saw mine, and realized I had at least a room in between. So I was like, okay, a minimum of 2 to 3 cycle could still put me in a good spot, and that was it.
Yeah, so Joe, if this is a 401, how are you going to feel about getting that D-mic out during the oil fence?
4 seconds. 4 seconds.
Oh my god, dude. I choked so hard trying to menu that in. I even practiced it too.
Why? Oh no, Joe. But I think you played really aggressively. Even when you had you had a good lead, it was about 8 seconds, and you're like, no, I'm gonna do swim glitch anyway. Really nice 3-cycle swim glitch, which is what you can. It's the best you can hope for in a race, right? You're not gonna pull out that. I know you're capable of getting that.
I was going in maybe wishing for a 2, but I was gonna accept a 3.
Yeah,
we
it
reckon you
was a
gained
good
about 10
3 for
seconds on
sure.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely saved time.
And the parry on Solidus, to be ahead like that, and then, I mean, I was bigging up your Solidus going into the fight anyway, but that was clean, very clean.
Yeah, the first parry of phase 2 I missed. I swung too early. But yeah, it was. I don't know, but it's I think it was from the beginning of the Tinker all the way into Fortune. It was a really tight race.
Yeah, it was back and forth, minor lead changes here and there.
Yeah, and then I think it was his Fat Man may have gone a little bit astray from him. I think mine went down the middle, which was pretty much what I wanted.
Yep.
You had all fast bombs, I think, as well.
Yeah, well, Bath had the strutty before the fight fast bomb, but Joe got the ones during the fight, so for sure.
Oh yeah, the ones afterwards, yeah. But But yeah, and I think we both had a relatively bad aims. I was kind of eyeballing what his was doing, and I think mine was, it's on my split. So mine was northwest, and his was in the middle of the room, which I think is still.
You got to yours
southwest.
Yeah, I noticed you took a different line. That was incredibly smart to do. Risky, but that was smart to go that way. That actually gained you some time.
Yeah, I was
This
kind of
year-
training myself to look in that corner as I'm going down, kind of
That-
almost kind of cross-eyed, just in the event that he's up there.
Yeah, that's incredible awareness. So very, very good stuff.
But yeah,
But
it was back and forth, and then I think it was like, yeah, maybe his Harrier maybe slipped away a bit. I mean, it's a hard fight. I mean, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was scared the most about the Harrier coming in
yep.
because in between everything else, that's really the one, I guess, gatekeeper that really influences where the run's gonna go.
It
And
is.
then the
Yeah,
rest is
it's a game
just-
changer.
Yeah, the rest is just kind of history.
Yeah, and Bath had a 5-shot, but missed the +1, and that's really where the separation happened. It's just the one
Oh,
missed
so
shot.
that's what happened.
Yep, he
Yeah,
had 5
I-
and missed +1.
Oh man, that's so frustrating.
Yep.
Joe, you had the fastest race of today.
Are you
had the-
serious?
You
Yeah.
beat Bestwick.
So
I think
Bestwick,
it's was
put
his
it into-
0435 or is it 33?
no, it
For
was
what?
slower than that.
Oh wait,
It
that was the
lo-
other one. That was with Tino and Glenn.
Bestwick had a game over as well. He had
Yeah,
a
he
game
came
over
over
in
in the
hold 2.
holds. Yep.
And
Hold on,
something
I
else,
got
he
a
didn't
match for
get
my
5,
life here.
and he didn't get 5+1. Make sure you clicked into the screen as well if you.
Yeah, so IGT coming up for Joe. He's gonna have
104, exactly. Is it?
Are you serious, dude?
104
Of course that
flat.
would
Oh
be.
my goodness.
Yeah, I knew it.
Wow.
Great
Yep.
new PB for Joe. Massive PB for Joe.
Yep,
So
no more
Joe,
D-Mike.
Joe has the fastest RTA run of the day, but Bestwick has the fastest IGT run of the day. Variance, yo.
Joe's rapid computer. But still,
Yep.
Joe, that's a great
That-
PB for you,
that's
man.
that's incredible. That's
And
incredible.
I felt like this PB has been coming for you for a while. But what a way to get it! Like, what a way!
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like I said. I mean, I got kicked at the elevator. I think that woke me up and just said, don't screw around anymore. We gotta stick to the game plan and then just dig deep at the moment that seemed right.
And 104.47 with Bath, so 20 off PB, but still a good run for sure.
Hey, GG's
So-
Bath. I mean, like I said, from the beginning to Fortune, it was a tight race. I mean, I was just I started checking after Olga, and then every other once in a while, I would just see where he was at, and GG's to him. It was anything can happen in this race for real.
For sure. So, but I
All right,
I
but I
think
think that's probably my cue to cut it. I
So
understand we're a little bit behind.
I think that's gonna do it for us. It was definitely an exciting day of action. Be sure to tune in at noon Eastern tomorrow for some more races. We'll have 5 more, 1 more first round match, and the quarterfinals. And I hope to see you guys tomorrow.